Well, I say they're wrong because they were wrong. And were they wrong?
Are they wrong?
I think they're wrong 100%. Sometimes they're wrong. They were wrong. Sometimes they're wrong. They're always wrong.
What's up guys, Sal here. So after getting banned from the US government, Huawei was given a 90-day reprieve on May 16th, which allowed Huawei to keep working with the American companies as usual, which also included using Android on their smartphones. That 90-day grace period is about to end today on August 19th, which will reveal what the future holds for Huawei. Well, the day has officially arrived. Now what? It looks like Huawei is getting another temporary reprieve from the US government. Reuters is reporting that the US will give another 90-day license to Huawei to keep working with the American companies, which means for the next 90 days, Huawei can keep using Android. This is good news and a bad one at the same time because Huawei can launch their next flagship, the Huawei Mate 30 Pro, with Android with all of the Google app support. Bad because Huawei is still left hanging in a no man's land. The future is still uncertain for Huawei. Yes, they are working on alternatives and they are making sure they don't rely too much on the American tech after everything that has happened to them. But it's gonna take years for Huawei to create their own technology and be independent of America. This 90-day license will surely push Huawei to keep working on their own tech, which also includes their in-house operating system, the Harmony OS. It now makes sense for them to launch this OS alongside the Mate 30 series. I mean, there are going to be 3 Mate 30 devices set to launch on September 19th, the Mate 30 Pro, the Mate 30 and the Mate 30 Lite. It would be wise for them to include Android on Mate 30 and 30 Pro and have Harmony OS on the Mate 30 Lite, because it would help kickstart the app development for the new platform, which is the most important thing for the success of an operating system. Just don't wait for the day when the US would officially kick Huawei out from using their tech. Start now and build a foundation. If the day ever comes, then they have at least something to fall back on. The Mate 30 Pro has been spotted again, and you guessed it, it's at the Subway again. At this point, I guess it's safe to say Subway is the biggest leaker of all time. Anyway, the images show nothing new per se. We already know how it's gonna look like, and this time it shows the back, but it has been heavily disguised in a case, so we still have no idea how it's gonna look like from the back. But the renders do say it's gonna look like this. I guess we'll know soon enough. Huawei is also working on their own mapping services. If Huawei ever gets banned officially, then they will also no longer be able to use Google Maps, so Huawei have to come up with everything its customers have come to expect as standard features on their smartphones, which includes the mapping services. So they are working on it, and it will be called the Map Kit, and they are planning to launch it in October. Mapping is a very complicated thing. Even Apple tried with this idea and failed. Google is the only few companies that actually got success with maps, so I guess it will be interesting to see how Huawei is gonna deal with this. Anyway, if you want to keep updated with all the Mate 30 Pro coverage, then please consider subscribing, and as always, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.